Jai Hind, dear students, my dear friends. Today we are going to watch a very important topic from the chapter Accounting for Shares. The last two topics are very important. Don't forget to watch the full video because you will get the clear-cut explanation for the 8-mark questions which are asked in the board exam. Definitely that questions are asking from forfeiture of shares. So, what is forfeiture of shares? Actually, it is related to the call scenario. Sometimes the shareholders or applicants are failed to pay maybe allotment money or call monies. That shares were cancelled. That is known as forfeiture. So forfeiture of share is a process where the company forfeits the shares of a member or shareholder who fails to pay the call on shares or installments, the issue price of his shares within a certain period of time after they fall due. That number of shares will be forfeited or cancelled if they are not making the payment within the stipulated period. In other words, when the shareholder fails to pay the full amount of share which he agreed to pay in installment, the company can cancel his shares. The board of directors will meet together and take the decision to cancel the shares. That is known as forfeiture of shares. So we have to learn the journal entry to be recorded at the time of share forfeiture. First entry will be the normal entry, share capital. The shares which are issued at par is forfeited. So share capital account added to share forfeiture account to share allotment account and the different calls to share first call or to share second and final call. If the shares are issued at premium, the entry will be share capital account debtor, securities premium account debtor to share forfeiture to share allotment and also to share first call and second call. This is the entry. Here what is the difference? Securities premium account normally it is credited but here it is debited at the time of forfeiture. From this question we are going to learn how to write the entries for share forfeiture. Please read the question carefully. Honda Limited issued 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, payable as follows: rupees 20 on application, 30 on allotment, 20 on first call, and 30 on second and final call. 10,000 shares were applied for and allotted. All money due was received with the exception of both calls on 300 shares held by Supriya. So, call scenario were happened for first call and second call, 300 shares. These shares were forfeited. We have to write the entries. So, what will be the first entry? You know very well, bank account debtor to share application 2 lakh, 2 lakh. Share application account debtor to share capital 2 lakh, 10,000 into 20, 2 lakh. Next, share allotment account debtor to equity share capital 3 lakh, 3 lakh. Due entry, when we receive bank account debtor to equity share allotment 3 lakh, there is no arrear. That is why we are getting the full amount. And share first call account debtor to share capital due amount is 2 lakh, but we are getting after deducting the calls in arrear. So bank account debtor to equity share was called. Call scenario is what? 300 into 20. So 6,000 will be deducted from 2 lakh. So we will get 1,94,000. If we are opening the call scenario account, entry will be bank account debtor 1,94,000. Call scenario account debtor 6,000. To equity share first call 2 lakh. Next entry is for the due entry of second and final call. Second and final call account debtor to share capital 3 lakh we have to get at the time of second and final call money. But actually what we are receiving, we are deducting 300 into 30, 9,000 arrear amount. Bank account debtor 2,91,000 to equity share second and final call account 2,91,000. If we are opening the call scenario account, bank account at 2,91,000, call scenario account 9,000, to equity share first, second and final call 3 lakh. And my dear students, last entry is the entry for share forfeiture. Entry will be share capital account at what actually we have to get for the forfeited shares. So 300 into 100, 30,000. 300 into 100 is the face value. We have to get 30,000. But the call scenario on first call 6,000. Call scenario amount in second call 9,000. Actually, what we are receiving for these 300 shares, already we received 300 into 20 application, 30 allotment. That amount will be transferred to forfeiture account, capital gain. Actually, when we reject some number of shares, the company will not return the amount already collected. It will be transferred to share forfeiture account. So it will be very clear by doing this problem also. Just read the question. Ashok Limited issued 3 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2. Payable 3 on application, 5 on allotment including premium, 5 on allotment including premium, balance on 2 calls. Balance on 2 calls means there will be first call and second call. What is the amount that we will receive in first call and second call? Total amount is 10 plus 2, 12. Out of that, application 3 plus 5, 8 will be deducted. So 4 is remaining. That will be equally collected in first and second call. So first call 2, second call 2, total 4. The application received for 4 lakh shares. Actually, they issued only 3 lakh, but they are received 4 lakh shares. Pro rata allotment was made. For all applicants, pro rata allotment was made. Excess application adjusted towards allotment. Mukesh, who was allotted 800 shares, failed to pay the both call monies, first call and second call. His shares were forfeited. After second call, it is forfeited. So please remember all these values. First entry will be bank account at a 2 equity share application 4 lakh into 3, 12 lakh. Then we are transferring that into capital and allotment. So out of 12 lakh, 3 lakh into 3, 9 lakh will be transferred to share capital. 3 lakh will be transferred. How the 3 lakh comes? 1 lakh into 3. 3 lakh will be transferred to share allotment. Excess application money transferred to share allotment. And another entry, due entry for share allotment, it will be 3 lakh into 5, 15 lakh. Equity share capital 3 lakh into 3, 9 lakh. Securities premium 3 lakh into premium amount 2, so 6 lakh. When we received in bank account at a equity share allotment, 15 lakh minus this 3 lakh. So 12 lakh. Already we got 3 lakh. After deducting that, we will get only 12 lakh in our account. Another entry for the due entry of first call account. Equity share first call account at 2 equity share capital. 6 lakh we have to receive. But after deducting the call scenario, we are receiving in bank only 5,98,400. Call scenario amount is 1,600. And equity share first call entry 6 lakh. So entry will be, here we have opened the call scenario account. So what is the arrear shares? 800 shares into 2. So 1,600 calls in arrear. Remaining 5,98,400 will be collected in bank. Like the same for equity share second and final call, due entry will be equity share second and final call account at 2 equity share capital 6 lakh we have to receive. Bank account debtor, calls in arrear account debtor to equity share second and final call. There also we are receiving in bank after deducting the arrear 1600, we are receiving only 5,98,400. Then my dear students, we are writing the entry for share forfeiture, equity share capital. What is the arrear number of shares? 800. 800 into 10, 8,000 we have to receive actually. But we received only application and allotment money. Calls in arrears were both call 1,600 plus 1,600, 3,200. What actually we have received will be transferred to share forfeiture account 4,800. So remember how to write the entry and how to write the amount in each section. So this problem will enrich your knowledge more regarding forfeiture of shares. Here, UP Sugar Works Limited was registered on 1st January 2019 with an authorized capital of 15 lakh. 15 lakh. That is 15,000 shares of rupees 100 each. Rupees 100 each. They collected that they issued 5,000 shares of rupees 100 at a premium of 5. So total value of the shares is 105. Out of that 25, rupees 25 was received on application, 30 received on allotment including the premium. So 30 means 25 plus 5 premium. Balance in 2 equal installments of 25. All the money are received except a shareholder failed to pay the final call, only the final call 100. That shares were rejected on the time of due. We have to write the entries in the books of accounts. First entry will be bank account debtor to share application 5,000 into 25, 1,25,000. And the second entry will be share application to share capital, same amount, 1,25,000 transferred to share capital. Then share allotment account debtor to share capital to securities premium, due entry for allotment, 1,50,000. How we are getting the 1,50,000? 5,000 into 30. So in share capital 1,25,000, 5,000 into 25, and 5 is the premium amount. So 5,000 into 5, 25,000 in securities premium reserve. And when we receive bank account debtor to share allotment, when we receive the allotment money, bank account debtor to share allotment 1,50,000, 1,50,000. After that, we have to write the due entry for share first call. So share first call account debtor to share capital 1,25,000, 1,25,000. Then bank account debtor to share first call, when we receive the amount, same 1,25,000, 1,25,000. There is no arrear. Please remember that the arrear was made only at the second and final call, and at that time only. Next entry is the due entry for share second and final call. Share second and final call account debtor to share capital 1,25,000. Bank, when we receive the amount, bank account debtor 1,22,500. Calls in arrear 2,500. How it is comes? 25 into 100. 100 is the number of shares paid into 25. So 2,500. Total we have to get actually 1,25,000. And last we have to write the entry for share forfeiture. Share capital account debtor 100 into 100, 10,000. Actually what we have to get in share capital for the rejected number of shares. To share forfeiture account 100 into 75, 7,500. To calls in arrear 100 into 25, 2,500. So that is the entry. calls in arrear what we are not that particular shareholder not paying 25 into 100 and what we have already received from application allotment and first call, that is 7,500. So my dear students, I think it is very clear for you the concept related to share forfeiture and the entries related to share forfeiture with the premium and par. Remember how to write the entries and how the amounts comes into share forfeiture. It's very important. Please keep in mind the entries and the ways we are calculating the amount for each entry. Next, we have to learn the last topic in this chapter, reissue of forfeited shares. My dear students, next we are moving to the last topic of this chapter, accounting for share capital. And the chapter topic is reissue of forfeited shares. Very important area. Already I had told the exam, board exam, that will include definitely a question with the forfeited shares and its reissue. Remember, for 8 mark, from the very beginning, we have to write the entries related to application, allotment, first call, second call, any arrears for future of shares, its a reissue, and the remaining amount transferring to capital. So what about the reissue? Reissue means forfeited shares will be reissued to any other party to raise again the full amount of capital. So forfeited shares may be reissued as fully paid at par, premium or discount to a third party or any other party for collecting the full amount of capital. There would be some amount of balance in the share forfeiture account that will be transferred to capital reserve. The amount already collected will be transferred to partners capital. Why? Because it is a capital gain. So what is the entry at the time of reissue at par? Reissue of forfeited shares at par. Entry will be bank account debtor to share capital. Bank account debtor to share capital. Remember, the entry will be bank account debtor to share capital. If forfeited shares were reissued at discount, entry will be bank account debtor, share forfeiture account debtor to share capital. Bank account debtor, share forfeiture account debtor to share capital. Remember, and another possibility, the reissue of forfeiture share may be happen at premium also. If the shares are reissued, the forfeited shares are reissued at premium, the entry will be bank account debtor to share capital to securities premium. Please note that bank account debtor to share capital to securities premium reserve. And the difference means the debit and credit balance of share forfeiture that will be transferred to capital reserve. The balance in share forfeiture account will be transferred to capital reserve because it is capital gain in the issue of shares. So these are the entries we have to learn at the time of reissue of forfeited share. Very important topic. We are moving to the practical area related to this reissue of forfeited shares. So the first problem related to reissue. On January 1st, 2012, the director of X Limited issued for public subscription 50,000 equity shares. 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, but at payable 12 per share. Original value 10, but it is payable at 12. That means 2 rupees additional, it is premium. So the 50,000 shares were issued at premium. Total value of the share including premium is 12. Face value is 10 plus 2 premium 12. Rupees 5 collected on application including premium, 4 on allotment, balance on call, balance on calls. The list were closed on February 10, 2012. Date of application, which date of application for 70,000 they received. They received 70,000 application over subscription. So over subscription, 20,000 shares they extra received. So what is the amount they actually receive extra at the time of application? 20,000 into 5. 20,000 into 5. They will receive extra application money at the time of allotment. 20,000 into 5 means 1 lakh. 1 lakh. So from that 1 lakh, the cash received from 1 lakh, extra that 40,000 was returned. 40,000 was rejected and returned. That means shares for that rupees 40,000 rejected and returned. And 60,000 out of 1 lakh, 40,000 returned and rejected. Remaining 60,000 was applied to the amount due on allotment. That means pro rata allotment. Excess money adjusted towards allotment. All the shareholders paid the call on May 1st, 2012, with the exception on an allottee of 500 shares. These shares were forfeited on September 29, 2012 and reissued fully paid up at rupees 8 per share. Original value, nominal value is 10, but reissued at rupees 8 per share. So we have to write the entries. Please follow all the journal entries with my explanation. First entry will be bank account letter to equity share application, 3,50,000, 70,000 into 5. 70,000 into 5. Second entry, equity share application account letter to equity share capital to securities premium. We can combine the rejection also the pro rata allotment, but it is separately written, so we have to be very careful. We can combine all the entries, the money transferred to share capital, the amount transferred to securities premium, and the amount of rejection 40,000, the amount of pro rata allotment, excess application allotment adjusted in allotment 60,000. Here it is written separately. So entry will be equity share application 2,50,000. From that capital 50,000 to 3, 1,50,000. Securities premium 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh. And next entry related to the rejection to bank. We have to write here 40,000. To equity share allotment, we have to write here 60,000. That total is 1 lakh. We can write it separately. To bank, the rejected amount 40,000 and to equity share allotment 60,000. So equity share application 1 lakh, to bank 40,000, to equity share allotment 60,000. Then we have to write the entry for due share allotment. Equity share allotment account letter to equity share capital 2 lakh. That is the due entry, equity share allotment account letter to equity share capital 2 lakh. When we receive the amount, there will be a deduction of 60,000 already adjusted from application. And what is the entry? Bank account letter to equity share allotment. Bank account letter to equity share allotment. Amount will be 2 lakh minus 60,000. 2 lakh minus 60,000 means 60,000 already received. So 1,40,000. Then we are writing the due entry for share first and final call. Equity share first and final call account letter to equity share capital 1,50,000. 1,50,000. When we receive the amount, there is an arrear. There is an arrear 500 shares. 500 into 3. 500 into 3. 1,500 we will deduct from 1,50,000. Then from 1,50,000 we will deduct. Actually, we have to get 1,50,000, but after adjusting the arrear amount, we are getting 1,48,500. Here we didn't open the calls in arrear account. If we are opening the calls in arrear account, the journal entry will be bank account debtor 1,48,500 to calls in arrear account debtor, bank account debtor, calls in arrear account debtor 1,500 to equity share first and final call 1,50,000. Then we are writing the entry for forfeiture equity share capital account debtor to forfeited shares to equity share first and final call. Or the arrear was made only in the first and final call. So we actually for 500 shares we have to get 500 into 10. 5,000 we have to get in full amount in equity share capital. But there is an arrear on first call, so 1,500 is the arrear amount, and in forfeiture what we have received on application and allotment, that will be transferred. On this 500 shares, rupees 7 we have received from application and allotment. So 500 into 7, 3,500 will be transferred to already received amount is capital gain, that will be transferred to share forfeiture account. Then we have to write the reissue entry. These 500 shares were reissued. The company reissued, but not at rupees 10, but at rupees 8. It is not reissued at rupees 10, but at rupees 8. That means discount, reissued at a discount. So 500 into 8, 4,000. 500 into 2, discount amount will be transferred to share forfeiture account. To equity share capital, what actually we have to receive? 5,000. 500 into 10. And there is a debit amount 1,000 and a credit amount 3,500 in share forfeiture. 3,500 in share forfeiture. The difference between these debit and credit amount in forfeiture account will be transferred to capital reserve. It will be transferred to capital reserve. The entry will be forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve 3,500 minus 1,000. So we will get 2,500. So these are the concepts regarding the first problem related to reissue of shares. Just look at here a small problem. The director of Polyplastic Limited resolved that 200 equity shares of rupees 100 each forfeited for the non-payment of second and final call rupees 30. Out of these 150 shares were reissued at rupees 60 per share. So these type of problems we can expect for 4 mark. For 4 mark we can expect these type of problems. So how we can write the entries? Please look at this. Share capital account debtor 20,000, 200 into 100, 20,000. To share forfeiture, to share second and final call. 200 into 30 is the arrear amount, 6,000. So 70, 200 into 70 already they collected from allotment and application. That will be transferred to share forfeiture. When we reissue, the entry will be bank account debtor 9,000 because only 150 shares were reissued. 150 shares were reissued. And what is the amount reissued? 60. So 9,000 to share capital. Actually, we have to get 15,000. The difference will be transferred to share forfeiture 6,000. And remember, in this problem, there is a confusing aspect that in as per the question, the forfeited share is 200, but they reissued only 150. But they reissued only 150. So we have to find out what is the amount transferred to forfeiture account for this amount credited to forfeited account for this 150 shares. So we are calculating the amount transferred to forfeited shares for 150 because the forfeited shares are not fully reissued. It is not fully reissued, partially reissued, because forfeited share is 200 and they reissued only 150. We want to know what is the amount credited to forfeiture account from this 150 shares. So please listen my words. 150 divided by 200. 150 divided by 200 into 14,000. How we are getting the 14,000? The amount credited to share forfeiture. The amount credited to share forfeiture. Then we will get the amount that is actually transferred to share forfeiture for this 150 shares. That is 10,500. The amount transferred to the amount credited to share forfeiture for this 150. The reissued 150 shares is 10,500. 10,500 is credit balance and 6,000 is the debit balance. 6,000 is the debit balance. So difference 10,500 minus 6,000, 4,500. That will be transferred to capital reserve. That amount will be transferred to capital reserve. I hope it is very clear for you. Suppose if the problem indicates 200 shares forfeited and 200 shares for reissued, then we will find the difference 14,000 minus this amount of the forfeiture debit balance that we will take. That difference will be transferred to capital reserve, but it is not fully reissued. I hope it is very clear for you. This problem will again enrich your knowledge regarding a reissue of shares. Please listen and also try to solve the problem at home. Gerima Limited issued a prospectus inviting application for 3,000 shares of rupees 100 each. 3,000 shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 20. At a premium of rupees 20. So total value of shares is 120. Payable as follows: application rupees 20, allotment rupees 50, including premium. Including premium means 30 plus 20, 50. 30 allotment money, 20 premium amount, so total 50. And on first call 20 and second call 30. Second call 30. Applications were received for 4,000 shares. Applications were received for 4,000 shares and the allotment was made on pro rata basis. The pro rata basis, the applicants of 3,600 shares who applied for 3,600 shares, they will get 3,000 shares and the remaining will be rejected. Remaining means 400 shares will be rejected and refunded. And the money received extra, it will be adjusted towards the allotment, pro rata allotment. Renuga, whom taken 360 shares, who were allotted 360 shares, failed to pay the allotment money. Failed to pay the allotment money and call money. Call money means first and second calls. Her shares were forfeited. Her shares were forfeited. Kaniga, the applicant of 200 shares, failed to pay the two calls. first call and second call. Her shares also forfeited. All these shares were sold to Naman as fully paid up shares of rupees 8 per share. That means reissued at rupees 80. Original value 100, reissued at rupees 80. Again, there is reissued at discount. So read the question again and go to the next area to watch the solution of this problem. First entry will be bank account debtor to share application. 4,000 into 20, 80,000. Bank account debtor to share application 80,000. Then we have to write the entry for amount from share application transferred to share capital 60,000, transferred to share allotment 12,000, rejected amount 8,000. So share application account debtor 80,000, to share capital 60,000, to share allotment 8,000, to share allotment 12,000, to bank 8,000. Next entry is the due entry for share allotment with the premium. Share allotment account debtor 1,50,000, 3,000 into 50. To share capital, actually what we received, we want to receive 90,000. The amount transferred to securities premium 60,000. 30 plus 20, 30 on allotment and 20 into 3,000. 60,000 will be transferred to securities premium. And the amount we will receive in bank, it is bank account debtor to share allotment 1,21,414. We have to look at that how we are getting this amount. Actually, we have to receive what? 1,50,000. 1,50,000 actually we have to receive, but we are getting only 1,21,440. It's a confusing calculation. Please take the work note in your notes. So this is the way how we are getting 1,21,414 allotment account. So actually, what is the amount actually we have to receive? Including premium, we have to receive 1,50,000, 3,000 into 50. What is the actual amount adjusted from application money to allotment? 12,000. So less application money adjusted 12,000, we will get 1,38,000. 1,38,000. And remember, one shareholder applicant who allotted 360 failed to pay the allotment money. So out of this 1,38,000, we are calculating what is the amount not received from Renuga. Renuga made an arrear, so we want to find out what is the amount of calls in arrear. So we are finding out what is the amount to be paid by Renuga during allotment for 360 shares. So 360 divided by 3,000 into 1,38,000. Out of this 3,000, Renuga taken 360 shares, and from this allotment money actually we have to receive, after adjusting the application money, what is the amount made by the Renuga as arrear. So we will get 16,560. Actually, it is for the number of shares 3,000 minus 360, 2,640. In this way, through this calculation, we are getting actual amount. After deducting the calls in arrear, we are getting only 1,21,450. That is noted in the entry bank account to share allotment 1,21,440. Money received on share allotment. Next entry will be the due entry for share first call. Share first call account to share capital 3,000 into 20, 60,000 actually we have to receive. But there are also arrear for both calls. Both calls means this 360 and what is the number of shares arrear? Yes, 200. So total arrear will be Total arrear will be for 560 shares. Calls in arrear will be for 560 shares. How we are getting 560? 360 of Renuga and 200 for Kanaga. Total will be 560. We are deducting the amount of call money from 60,000. What is the arrear amount? The arrear amount will be 1,200. Sorry, 11,200 is the arrear amount. First calls in arrear amount will be 11,200. So we are writing the entry bank account debtor to share first call. Bank account debtor to share first call 48,800. If we are opening the calls in arrear account, bank account debtor 48,800, calls in arrear account debtor 11,200, to share first call 60,000. Then we are writing the due entry for share second and final call 3,000 into 30, 90,000 we have to receive in our account. But in bank, we are receiving after 560 into 30. 560 into 30 means the calls in arrear for second and final call amount will be 16,800. So 16,800 is the calls in arrear amount. If we are opening the calls in arrear account, entry will be bank account debtor 73,200, calls in arrear account debtor 16,800, to share second and final call 90,000. After that, we are writing the entry for share forfeiture, share capital account debtor 56,000, and the securities premium we are calculating in another way. How we are getting 7,200 we are going to calculate, and the arrear amount in allotment already we have calculated 16,560. Arrear in the first call is 11,200. Arrear in the second call is 16,800, and already we have received for these shares for 560 shares is 18,640. For 360 shares we received only the application money, but for the 200 shares we have received the application and the allotment money. With that we are creating 18,640. After finding this total, we are getting, when we deduct the 56,000, we will get 7,200. So 56,000 how we are getting? 560 shares were forfeited. So 560 into 100, and it is reissued at rupees 80. So bank account debtor forfeited shares account debtor to share capital because it is reissued at less than its original value. So what we receive in bank 44,800, and what actually we have to receive 100 into 560, 56,000. Difference will be transferred to forfeiture. And how we are getting the 7,440? The amount transferred to capital reserve. How we are getting that amount? Just look at here. There is a share forfeiture amount 18,640 minus 11,200. Then we will get 7,440 in capital reserve. So this is the last entry in this problem. Try to follow all these steps. Do more problems, and any doubt regarding this area, you can comment it in my comment box. I will definitely reply for your queries. Thank you for your kind support and subscribe my channel. If you are not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for your patient listening and your kind attention. Thank you so much.